begin? YouTube, this video is not made for kids. I make videos about movies and shows that kids like, but my channel is not directed towards kids, it's a news channel, so thank you. Hey everyone, welcome to Filmtastic. It's 2025, which is a new year, and I thought it would be a perfect time to check out everything we know so far about Zombies 4, because we're obviously going to get tons more news soon and hopefully trailers, so I thought I'd dive into everything we know so far. So, buckle in. So first of all, let's talk about the synopsis for this movie, and this is how it goes. Zombies 4 follows Ed Addison as they embark on a road trip for the summer after their first year of college. As adventures unfold, they unexpectedly discover the warring worlds of Sunnyside and Shadyside and come into contact with two new groups of monsters, which is super exciting. And those monsters are vampires and daywalkers, which are slightly different, believe it or not. And the new characters we're introduced to, the first one is Victor, who is a vampire, and he is portrayed by Malachi Barton. You may be familiar with him if you watch Villains of Valley View. I'd recommend that show, guys, it's really fun. And yeah, he's playing Victor, a vampire. And this is kind of what the Disney Zombies wiki says about Victor. Victor loves breaking rules and hanging out with Nova, a daywalker. But he also has vampire friend Vargas, who is really close with. He is swag, charming, confident, rule breaker, but also a fun-loving kid who exudes a devil-maker energy. Unlike his community, Victor is naturally open and empathetic. Loves to get around and is a bold risk taker. A follower who doesn't fit. He has qualities to be a leader. And his physical appearance is described with shaggy dark red hair with hints of black. So Victor sounds really cool. He sounds like a classic vampire sort of character. We also have our other sort of new main character who will be carrying the torch forward in this franchise, who is Nova. She's a daywalker, and she's portrayed by Freya Sky. This is what the Zombies Wiki has to say about her. Nova is a high-spirited, brave, edgy, thoughtful, and independent thinker. But in contrast to impulsive community, she's calculated and guarded. She just wants to prove to her father that she has what it takes to lead, but privately questions his materialistic methods and wishes she could be her own kind of leader and not a carbon copy of her dad, which is super fun. And we have one last new character, who is Ray, played by Julian Lerner. Okay, and as well as them, we obviously have some returning characters. Of course, we have Zed and Addison returning. We also have Willa, Eliza, and Brie. And I believe they're the only returning ones. The rest are new characters, which is fun. It's kind of meant to be like a soft reboot, passing the torch sort of situation, but obviously Zed and Addison are still primarily the main characters of this movie, at least, which is pretty cool. And that's kind of the basics of what we know from the story and the characters. But I'm going to dive into the actual news that we've had about its release date and that sort of stuff. So bear in mind, these are a few months back, so I don't know the exact days these interviews came out now because it was a while ago. But basically, about 6-ish months ago now, I did some videos on Zombies 4 during its production, and there were some interviews with Meg and Milo, and they were asked about the music for Zombies 4 during their press tour for the Zombies Reanimated series, and they said the music for the new movie has a bit of a like a pop punk sort of vibe.
I mean, the music is definitely my favorite music of all of the franchise. It is so incredible, and it's so new. It's almost like kind of like old Disney, where it's like pop rock, kind of. Like that's kind of like the new kids, like their sound, and it just made me feel so nostalgic and make me think of, High School Musical and Camp Rock and all that. So I'm really excited for that because it's been a while since I think Disney has kind of put out like pop rock. So that's really cool. And I think, yeah, Milo, if you have anything else, because I'm gonna miss these.
No, I was just gonna say, well, first of all, I completely agree with Meg when it comes to the music. I think this soundtrack as a whole is the best one out of the whole franchise. And we really do, Steven Vincent is just kind of a genius because the music sounds very new age and it sounds very rock at the same time as it being super nostalgic, not only with just like Disney nostalgia, but just like my own childhood nostalgia.
It kind of emulates the style of some older Disney movies like Camp Rock and High School Musical and Hannah Montana. So it's a different style to the original movies. So apparently it's like an upgrade, and they think it's kind of puts the music soundtrack more on par with the classic Disney Channel movies with this sort of pop rock sort of style, which is really fun. And this is her direct quote from that interview. We just finished filming in early June, so I think it'll probably be next year. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm very excited. It's kind of like me. Milo, Chandler, and Charlie are back in the movie. It's kind of like passing the torch to these 5 new kids who are vampires and daywalkers, and they're so talented and so incredible. It really reminds me of the Disney that I grew up on. So that's kind of what she says about that when she was, like I said, talking about Zombies 4 on the press for Zombies the Animated Series. And a couple of months later, there was another interview, this time with a different cast member, Julian Lerner, and he was asked about Zombies 4 in an interview, and he was kind of leaked a bit of a release date. He is thinking it's possibly next summer, and as an update on what he said, I have now heard June is a possible release date because of the Zombies and Descendants World Tour being in July. June has been floating around, so I think it's going to be obviously, well, not next summer now, it'll be this summer. So yeah, it's looking like it'll be June. So think about around the time Rise of Red came out last year. And after he was interviewed, we got another interview with Meg about only a couple of months ago, which is pretty cool.
There's all these like new kids in the cast, so the movie's kind of like the older kids passing a torch to the new ones, and I'm sure there will be more movies to come with the new cast. So I'm so excited.
About a couple of months ago, she was asked about when the trailer for Zombies 4 will arrive, and she said it's coming soon. I guess in the video probably about January or February time, and I'm still putting money on that. I'm thinking February we'll get our first look, maybe not a full trailer, but maybe a character poster or a character teaser. I'm thinking that's pretty possible, so should say soon. And during the interview she also talked about the new cast, and she said again about how the movie is kind of passing the torches on to the new kids, which is kind of fun. And that's kind of all we have so far. I've kind of rounded up all the news I could. Sorry it's a bit messy because I've had to pick parts and find all these old interviews, but that's kind of what we know so far, and it sounds really good, so I am really excited. I'll of course be updating you guys as soon as we get our first look or first trailer. I think it's going to be soon. I'm putting money on it. It's going to move in the next month or two, so subscribe, turn the notification bell on for more like this if you guys have zombies, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!